22 years later, Star Trek. The original series finally got the finale Captain Kirk's Enterprise always deserved. When Star Trek, the original series, beamed onto television screens in 1966, it boldly went where no science fiction show had gone before, into a strange new world of serialized morality tales, heady philosophical debates, and spacefaring adventure. Yet for all the history it made, the show never got the proper send-off its crew deserved. Its final episode, 1969's Turnabout Intruder, was less a triumphant farewell and more an awkward stumble across the finish line, featuring Captain Kirk trapped in a body swap plot with an embittered ex-lover. It wasn't the swan song fans hoped for. It wasn't even a particularly good Star Trek episode. For decades, that lack of closure was a sore spot in Trek fandom. While The Next Generation received the Emmy-nominated All Good Things, Deep Space Nine got the sweeping What You Leave Behind, and even Voyager got the blockbuster-style Endgame, Kirk's Enterprise was left adrift, its final mission feeling like an afterthought. But 22 years later, in 1991, Captain Kirk and the crew finally got the farewell they deserved with Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. A long road to goodbye. By the time The Undiscovered Country hit theaters, William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, and the rest of the original cast had been working together for a quarter of a century. The 5 preceding Trek films had varied in tone and quality, from the cerebral The Motion Picture to the comedic The Voyage Home to the uneven The Final Frontier. Yet, none had felt like the definitive end to the original crew's journey. Paramount knew Star Trek VI would be their last mission together. The studio wanted a grand finale that would honor the legacy of the original series while handing off the franchise to the next generation of Starfleet. That knowledge infused the film with a bittersweet gravitas the series' TV finale never had. A story worthy of the crew. Unlike the jumbled melodrama of Turnabout Intruder, The Undiscovered Country gave Kirk's Enterprise a story that mattered. The plot centers on peace talks between the Klingon Empire and the Federation after the catastrophic destruction of the Klingon moon praxis. For Kirk, still haunted by the death of his son at Klingon hands, the mission is personal. His journey from distrust and prejudice to acceptance mirrors the franchise's enduring message that understanding and cooperation can bridge even the widest divides. The film also gave the entire bridge crew meaningful moments. Uhura cracked coded transmissions. Scotty uncovered sabotage. McCoy wrestled with the limits of medicine. Sulu, finally a captain in his own right, swooped in with the Excelsior for a dramatic rescue. Even Spock's dry wit and philosophical musings shone through in his role as both diplomat and detective. This wasn't just an adventure, it was a reflection on the end of an era. The movie embraced the idea that time changes people, that even legends must eventually step aside, and that the galaxy moves forward. The emotional punch the show never gave us. Turnabout Intruder ended with the Enterprise warping away, no different from dozens of other episodes. There was no reflection, no goodbye, no sense that the crew's adventures were concluding. The Undiscovered Country, in contrast, faced that reality head-on. In its final act, after saving the peace conference from assassination and averting interstellar war, Kirk receives orders to return the Enterprise to space dock to be decommissioned. Rather than simply complying, he responds with defiance and poetry. Second star to the right. And straight on till morning. It's a farewell line that instantly became iconic, poignant without being sentimental, adventurous without denying the end. And then came the signatures. As the Enterprise sails into the stars for the last time, the autographs of the original cast appear across the screen, a cinematic curtain call for characters who had become cultural icons. It was the first time Star Trek acknowledged its cast and crew within the universe itself, blending fiction and reality in a way that felt deeply personal. Why this finale resonates. What makes The Undiscovered Country such a perfect finale isn't just that it's a good film, it's that it understands why the original series mattered. It revisits themes that define the show: morality under pressure, diplomacy as a form of heroism, and the willingness to challenge personal bias for the greater good. It also reached